Hello and welcome to the Impact Dynamics podcast.
I'm Andy Little.
My name is Rusty.
Yeah, we're here to talk about a few local matches and interstate matches.
And also giggle whatever Andy has to say. Let's go! Match director, mate. Match director. Hello, Andy.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hope that's enough.
We need your vote.
Now we've caught up to where we are on the podcast.
All right, go on back.
Roll the outro. Andy, which local matches did you want to talk about?
Oh, I did one at the at our club a while ago.
There actually was one.
No, I don't think there was actually. But
You're just making it up because you stuffed up the intro.
yeah. My thought process was,
Yep.
for the people in Darwin, it's a local match.
Okay. So you care about the 6 listeners we've got in Darwin.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
that. I'm sure they appreciate that.
What are their names? Who are these 6 listeners?
Who are they? Well, 2 of them are Butters. he wants them coming out of. He listens to it in stereo,
Right.
but he never gets them to line up quite correctly. So there's always a bit of a delay.
See the one where it's like he's streaming off the iPad and then as well as his phone, so he's got and then there's a delay.
Yeah, there's delay.
So you can
But that
comment on both of them.
That way he hears everything twice.
True.
So
just needs to hear it the second time to get it through.
Oh, hello, Josh.
Hi, I'm here.
Hello,
Josh.
you're here as well. Well, we haven't changed actually. This is just continuation from the last one. And
It's been weeks. What are you on about?
You'd think the intro would have been better.
Considering we did it like an hour ago as well.
Yeah.
But, here we are to disappoint. Nothing's changed.
Hooray!
Speaking of which, we're going to talk about the Heatstroke Open. That's what this episode is all about,
Yes.
or mostly about, and local matches apparently. And I'm just wondering, Josh, have you got a colour for the background to sort of match the match book a little bit more so we can stay on point? Because you're
Actually, I can get super fancy.
oh, no, I didn't. It's not what I was expecting.
I can colour match from the phone off of the match book.
Okay. If that's what you feel you need to do, then go for it.
Just pick a reddy orange, mate.
You're asking a colourblind person to pick colours.
I am. Orange. The one that says ORANGE.
How do you spell it?
I think so.
No.
That's green.
Keep
Why have we
going.
got the colourblind guy in charge
Does
of
this
the
not have an orange built into
That's
it?
yellow.
The same one as behind you, the screen behind you.
Let's just go with your screen for the time being.
All right,
mate.
let's just do that.
Cool.
It just
All right,
doesn't have
green
a
it
preset
is.
orange. Cool.
Well, this is disappointing now.
I'm
Hey.
here. I am here to disappoint.
Andy.
There might be a new position. We need a new video editor.
Andy.
Yes.
I shot my first PRS match.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
believe it?
Oh, I cannot believe it.
There's no claps or anything. We definitely need a new
Yeah.
producer.
Da-da.
There we go. That's it. Hang on, should we try that again? Hey, Andy, I shot my first PRS match.
Woo!
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
That's what I expect.
I don't know if you remember.
That's what I was really looking for.
I remember that one.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you remember was it probably 2 years ago when we had that bet on where we were both going to shoot a match?
Oh, yeah.
And then we figured out every time one of us shoots a match, the other person's not shooting. I don't think I don't think we have shot a match together.
We
for
have
a couple of years.
for a long time.
Yeah.
The last one was probably with Brad, who came and shot out. Yeah, the listener who.
Yes.
Yeah, which wasn't that long ago, but it was last year sometime.
It's nearly coming up to a year ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
Heatstroke Open, Nightforce Heatstroke Open up in Darwin. MD was Butters, Matthew Butterfield, who I'm sure many are familiar with. This is one of the classic matches. It's been around since 2016. This particular match in various formats, and this back being a PRS match after last year's being run without being a PRS match, and then the year before not being run at all.
Yep.
I was meant to shoot this match in 2019, and I busted my back at the Delta Tactical Steel Apocalypse.
Yep.
I then was going to go shoot it in 2020, and it didn't happen, of course. 2021, we booked flights.
Yep.
And we then, a week or two out from the match, it was cancelled as a PRS match, still ran, but didn't get along to that one. And so finally, 2022 match starts rolling around.
Yep.
We're in the lead up to it. The Gay Tiger is put back together for its maiden run. The weekend before, we go down to Taylor's place to do some load dev.
Yeah.
Now, pretty basic. We used about 40 rounds.
Not leaving it to last minute or
Not
anything.
leaving to last minute. This is whole week before.
Oh, wow.
And then went down there on Sunday before I got a load. The gun was shooting really well.
Yep.
And I started coughing. And then as the week went on, I felt worse and worse and worse. Doing rat tests, checking all the things.
Yeah.
I was going all right. We flew out Thursday morning very early and I was feeling rubbish.
Yeah.
Got up there. Butters probably needed help on the range to go and set up. So I'm going to bed.
Yeah, right.
I was not confident of shooting the match until Saturday morning when I woke up.
Wow, you're cooked.
I was not doing well. But Saturday morning, woke up and was feeling pretty good.
Oh, perfect.
So away we go.
Didn't have to help set up at all.
Fair enough. So yeah, I was like, oh man, I've come all this way, got everything ready, done everything right, and for the 4th year in a row, I have to bail out of this match. Fortunately enough, it didn't play out like that, but man, it was
touch and go.
Touch and go. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the hotel room just lying in bed. Wow. It's like, just gonna not push it too much. Anyway,
for sure.
It paid off. It paid off. So I went and shot it. So Friday, I should run through the practice session Friday.
Yeah.
I shot the tightest group I've shot with this gun, which isn't, I haven't shot many groups with this gun, but I would have put all 3 shots within that little hole on the top of the thing. I'd sort of tested some average ammo, just make sure I was on target, and then thought, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, put them in there. I'm like,
that'll do.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
Very nice.
That's better than I can do.
Yep.
Put it out to 500 meters, play with that a little bit, shot it. So I used about 20 rounds on Friday just to make sure it's good.
Did you have any elevation or zero adjustment to do?
There's more to it. We do have an orangish colour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I got there in the end.
You got there in the end. Well done, Josh. So this is a brand new barrel. It had 40 rounds.
Yes.
So by this time it had about 60 rounds.
Yep.
So we checked the speed. It had sped up.
Yep.
Now, was that the conditions we were in? Oh, no, sorry. Check the speed first up, and the speed was like a couple of feet per second difference. At the end of the practice, it was starting to speed up a little bit. Now, I don't know if that was because of the barrel or the heat or whatever it was. A little bit. There's a few too many variables to be really confident about one thing.
Yep.
But adjusted accordingly. Data was looking good.
Yep.
So I could have, and some will argue I should have, done a bunch of dry fire on the barricades, done all that sort of gear. But it's my first match. And while I've been to many matches and I have shot matches before, I haven't shot a centerfire match for like a year and a bit. Oh, no, with a section of WA, but I haven't shot with my own gun for a long time.
Yep.
And so I went, you know what? I'm just going to keep it breezy. I'm just going to shoot my things, make sure it's good, hit some steel, and then pack up and go home. Or pack up and hang about and then make a nuisance of myself, which I did that successfully. And so I could have dry fired and I could have done a bunch of stuff, but thought, well, I don't want to like bust a muscle or do something
push too hard
on a Friday. So I'll leave it at that. And so what did we do Friday night?
We had
a quiet night, and I had one of the worst. Espresso martinis I've ever had.
Oh,
leading on from the last episode, which also seems to be a tradition. You weren't there.
I wasn't there for that one.
I went off with a friend from Darwin and caught up with a friend and got espresso martinis because tradition now. It's becoming tradition for these matches.
Yep.
And this one here, they often you put the coffee beans in the top. There'd be 3 or 4 coffee beans floating around the top that you sort of push to the side and avoid.
Yep.
Not in this particular bar, this cocktail bar, which was at the back of a shopping centre. You had to walk through a shopping centre to get into the bar.
Yeah.
And I'm not sort of like a Westfield Marion, like not a big shopping centre. This is like 5 shops. And then one of them is just a cocktail bar at night.
Righto. As you do.
Fair enough.
As you do. They'd ground up the coffee bean.
Ooh.
And then just poured that on top.
Ooh.
So you couldn't really
avoid it.
It's definitely from someone who has never had an espresso martini before.
I would agree with you. Yeah, it's not fun. Anyway, that's what we did Friday night. Quiet night.
Cool.
And
were you buzzing after the martini?
No.
With ground up coffee? No?
No, with the ground. I didn't just scull with the ground up coffee.
Oh, well,
Save that for the next morning.
Are you a true coffee martini drinker?
Yes, because I don't eat the ground coffee.
Okay.
To answer your question, yes.
All right.
Anyway, back to the what are the things we talk about? Shooting. That's it. On to the match.
Sounds
Bang
legit.
sticks.
On to the match. So we were rocked up there, did the things, got the squad. So I was in the squad with Taylor.
Yep.
And I was up first. Thanks, Butters.
Oh,
I was shooting first one. So the first stage I shot was...
I always expect to be up first because, I'm usually first on the first day. Yeah.
Yep.
just
So
how it
I
rolls.
was.
Yeah.
I was.
Believe it or not, that was actually randomly
I know.
generated too.
I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it.
He
As
messaged
much
me.
as I legally have to, I believe
He
it.
messaged me a week before or something, and he was like, showed me the video, and he was like, "Do you reckon it's too mean?" And I was like, "Nah, not at
I
all."
was absolutely fine with it. I could not bother. My goal going into this match was my personal hit rate, so how many shots I fired, and I was not worried at all where anyone else was shooting.
Yep.
I figured I'll find that out at the end of the match, but I can't control that. I can just control how many shots I fire versus how many I hit.
Yep.
And if I end up over 50%, I think I'm doing all right.
That's good. Yep.
So, Donkey Kong, we had 120 seconds. We were on one of the ranges where we had a barrel. You would shoot off the top of the barrel with one shot, flip it on its side, spin it over twice. There was a line indicating that.
Yep.
Get on the barrel, shoot 2 rounds,
Yep.
kick it down range again for 2, and you basically repeat that and then pop it up for your last shot and
Yep.
take 10 shots all up.
I saw this on a video. So you had a forward moving line essentially.
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
barrel.
This is its own separate 200-meter range.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, you can move down independent of any other ranges. So
Yep. Cool.
that was good. I think I got 7 from 7 shots off. And actually, I'm gonna make sure that I'm fact checking myself because I did note down all these things.
Yeah.
And here we go.
I did notice when I was looking at a few of the streams
7
and the
from
videos.
7.
Yeah, well done. Some of them I remember from when the 2021 one got canned as a PRS. We still went up there and shot it. So very similar.
There's a
but
few stages like this Donkey Kong stage
Was
has been in for years.
Oh,
Like
right. I
I reckon this was shot either 2018 or even 2017. A lot of the stages sort of hang around.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that was good. That was a good way to open the morning. Possible 10 points, but I just took it slow. I didn't worry about it. I didn't run. I didn't try and get this barrel to spin as quick as possible.
Yep.
I focused on my shooting and I shot 100% on that stage. So
Nice. Well
it was
done.
good. Speaking of which, the next stage, I did not shoot 100% of my stage at all. What I did do on this stage, this is called Fracture Clinic, and we won't worry about the stage because I didn't shoot much of it, but you were unsupported, everything, and you could shoot Hawkins.
Right. Okay.
So you had like 2 shots from each or 3 shots from each or something.
Yep.
2 shots from each. And so I'm like, all right, first up, I'm going to do Hawkins. All right. So Hawkins is where you're basically pushing the gun into the ground. You got your fist at the front and you get sort of on top of it.
Yep.
Little did I know that I had loaded 11 rounds into my magazine. My gun doesn't like to feed with 11 rounds in the magazine. Now, I didn't know this because it's effectively brand new gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm closing the bolt and it's not picking anything up. No, not even closing. It was not even feeding. It's just stopping on the round because it was jammed in there tight. So I've got down. I'm trying to jam this thing in and it's not working. Rounds are going everywhere. I'm like, okay. All right. So eventually I think I just pulled the magazine out and I think I got like, what did I write down? I've got 5 shots off and I hit 1 and you had to hit 2 to move on. Okay. So I ruined that one really well.
Yep.
Yep.
Spewing. So your hit rate was 100% and it
Nose dive.
yeah, sitting about what, 60, 70?
I don't know. Yeah, it was not great. So anyway, but it was a good stage and my intention for that stage was shoot Hawkins, unsupported prone, and then probably bail.
Yeah, okay.
Just be like, I'm done.
So that first round, like I know if I squeeze 11 into mine, it is much harder. You really got to push it forwards, but yours wouldn't go at all.
Wouldn't go at all.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it might have been 12.
Right.
I don't remember now. But
Cool.
anyway,
I'm pretty sure it was 11.
I think we'll go with 11. Sounds right. So next stage up, I think we wandered down. Did Cottontail?
Okay.
Was that ambidextrous 2. So this is again another stage that gets repeated, really common, where you got 2 benches and you shoot from support side on one side and dominant side on the other.
Yep.
And you do 2 rounds, 2 rounds, 2 rounds, 2 rounds, and then 1 and 1.
Yep.
And I did this one, and I got 9 rounds off, and I hit 7 of them
Nice work.
out of a potential 10.
Yep.
So I was very happy with that.
Yeah,
that was
fantastic.
good. But yeah, again, I had never shot this rifle support zone.
No. Yeah. Was it full support?
Well, no, you just shoulder.
Just shoulder. Yep.
Yeah. And so that was
Steep learning curve.
that was good actually. But I mean, I've shot KRG
Yeah.
chassis before support, so it wasn't a big surprise.
Yep.
But not that scope combination. So
Yep.
yeah, that was good. That was at 300 meters and 385 meters.
Cool.
For that one. And then we moved on to Cottontails. This is this I didn't do very well on this one. This is, I don't know if you've seen the barricade, but it's like an inverted sloped barricade. It's got like a tree thing in the middle.
Yes.
And so it's very, it's stable if you get in the right position, but it's very slippery.
Yes.
And so the first two, I think you just kneel down behind it and shot over the top of it. And I might have got those. And then you had to go into the middle bit. And I was slow building those positions, struggling to make the correct position work. And I think, I got, what did I get? 2 out of 7.
Okay.
So nothing amazing.
Something a bit different, those like inverted platform things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one. I think there's a video of me like getting in position and then dropping the mag. Like I must have like just tapped the button or something. And I was like, oh yeah, that's meant to happen.
That will do it. And you couldn't touch the ground when you were doing that and all this sort of gear. And I think I got into a reasonable position that I think I just didn't pay attention to wind or gave it too much. Maybe paid too much attention to wind.
For sure.
That was all right there. Josh, anything to add about how good or terrible I was?
No, not really.
No.
You've covered it pretty well so far.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Did I
it.
see Josh shoot some stages?
You did not.
No.
He just posted a Facebook post about how good, like how well he shot and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just
I shot my stuff really well though.
Yeah, right. Okay. Cool.
all the photos.
All right.
I don't remember what we shot next, but let's roll with gone fishing.
Yes.
So this stage here, if you remember any stage from Darwin, this is the one to remember. We had a dinghy, like a little tinny that was
Sort of
suspended, and of straps. And so you get into it, and then there was 2 like plush fish that were off
Toys.
Pillowfish. I want to say pish, but that doesn't sound right.
Squishy fish.
Squishy. All fish are squishy. Okay. They were thrown off the thing and had the rope around there. And so you had to jump into this, you started in there, got your gun, you got in position, you shot 2 rounds or 3 rounds, shot 3 rounds off target. And then put your gun down into a rack.
Yep.
And then you'd lean over and grab the fish and pull one of the fish in and flick it into the boat and then go again and basically repeat that with each target, working your way out, 315, 390 and 500 or thereabouts.
Yep.
And it was a good stage. As a bigger bloke, myself and Josh from Nightforce were like, there's not a lot of room in that boat for us. And we sort of had, I jumped down off this step. A lot of guys could sit on the bench seat in the boat and get down and shoot off the edge of the boat. No, not for me.
Sitting in the
so I
hull.
had to drop down, and then that was really hard to maneuver the gun. But we got there. I think what did I get on the fish one? 2 out of 6.
Nice. Were there any Rex Hunt moments?
Didn't
throwing
kiss.
them back?
Oh well, there was.
Oh, there you
So
go.
Butters would help you out of the boat at the end of it, and I think I gave him the gun. He put that down while I collected the brass and stuff, and then from the boat, I believe I jumped onto him into his arms.
You definitely did.
Which I did,
yeah.
which then I kicked the boat over. It came off one of the straps and fell on the ground.
That's much more sturdy now.
So good video. Good video,
cool.
worth watching. Cool. Don't know about the shooting part.
No.
Just the last 10 seconds.
Yeah,
The boat's
exactly
beached.
Right. That's all we
beached as.
Beached as, bro. So that was good fun. Gone fishing was, but one of those stages where it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
In how it is. Then we had Choose Your Poison. This is again a classic. This is Choose Your Poison 5 because it's been run that many times. Where you'll have the idea behind these ones is you'll have a KOL rack at a given distance. In this instance, it was at 500 meters, and you had targets 100 mil. It was the smallest. 300 mil was the biggest, and you had 5 different positions to shoot from, and you choose which position, lining up with shooting the KOL rack in order. So you always start on the biggest one, work your way down, but you get to manipulate which position.
These are different barricades. Like
different barricades or prone or whatever it might be.
Yep.
And in this instance, you also had 5 pieces of equipment you could use. They were sling, bipod, tripod, barricade bag, and pump pillow.
Yep.
You had to assign those to each position you were going to use, and you couldn't change them. You couldn't move them. You couldn't take them with you. You basically go, I'm going to use a sling on this one, put it there at the beginning of the stage, and that's where it gets used. And if you don't use it, you don't use it.
Yep. Yep.
And-
I like these ones. Yeah.
Yeah, these were good. I don't think I did very well. This was 15 rounds, this one.
Wow.
And I got 3 out of the 8 shots. Now, I didn't see anyone get all 15 rounds
Well, I
off.
don't think anyone did.
No, I don't think that was actually the intention.
You'd have to hustle. Yeah.
I think 12 was about where it was realistic to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I shot off a ladder.
Yep.
I don't think I used anything for the ladder. I used a bag for the tire.
Okay.
I used the bipod for prone. They were probably the shots I got. And that's probably about as far as I got, I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which there we go.
There we go.
That was it. PRS skill stage 2, we all know that. I shot what did I write down? 6 out of 8.
Nice.
6 out of 8. So nothing stellar.
Cruising along.
Dropped a few, but
Yep.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we've got some. So one of the things in this new studio is we haven't sort of treated the whole place. So, and it's during work hours at the moment. So
Yeah.
we currently have the roller door being opened out there. So enjoy that.
That's all of your deliveries gone out, so you're welcome.
These ones are coming in actually.
Ah,
Yeah.
well,
The ones, they've already gone. Andy, they've already gone.
already
Maybe it's
gone.
gin.
It could be gin. I ordered some gin from Darwin the other day.
Oh,
A local recommendation.
Yep.
Shuffle step is the next stage we'll talk about. Shuffle step.
All right.
We on the starting signal should engage the target with 2 rounds from position 1.
Mhm.
On the second signal should engage the target with 2 rounds from position 2 and then 1 round from position 1. The third signal should engage the target with 3 rounds from position 3, 2 rounds from position 1 and 1 round from position 1. Anyway,
I'm lost.
this is the exact same stage that positional ping pong was
Right.
in Little River.
Yep.
The difference here, there was 1 round difference, so you had 1 round less to shoot, and you had the same time frames, 20, 30 and 40 seconds for each section. But if you, let's say you're on the first position and you hadn't got your 2 rounds off yet and the buzzer went, you could still complete those 2 rounds.
Right.
It was just eating into your next time. So you weren't pushed along to the next section.
Yep. Yep.
You were able to complete whatever you were doing, but you would start to time out on the next section.
Yeah, you got to try and catch up. Yep.
That's right. So that's how that one worked a little bit. I prefer the way it was run in Steelpocalypse, but that's the way it was.
Yep.
I think
I guess because the way that one's ran, you could almost ignore the time and you just mosey along at your own pace.
yeah,
Where
correct.
Still Apocalypse is like, yeah, if you're moseying along a bit too slow, you will get pushed onto the next.
And then that
next bit.
flusters you to
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
That's right. Which there could be an argument there that the fact that you get flustered a little bit, the guys who are going to hit that barrier are the newer shooters because they're running slower.
Yep.
And flustering newer shooters maybe is not what you're chasing to do. So
No, true.
yeah, either way.
Yep.
So that was it. That was Saturday
Yep.
in the heat. Josh, how did you enjoy the first time to Darwin for you?
It was warm.
It was warm.
It was very, very warm.
In the shorts? Get the
Oh,
shorts?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, definitely was just shorts.
Yeah.
So
Just shorts.
Josh,
Just shorts.
just shorts, no shirt, no shoes.
Nothing else.
no hat.
Just the shorts.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd pay to see that.
All right. Well, after
You-
the
you can.
podcast, you guys can do your thing. Speaking of pay to see that, big shout out to our sponsors, the Bearded Chap, who make beard oil and all sorts of things. Now, I haven't put any beard oil on today, but I'm going to try this. We've done this one before. This is one of my favorites. Now, we're doing an afternoon podcast. We're still during work time. Hang on a sec. I'm going to enjoy this first as well. There you go. This one here, I thought was really appropriate for an afternoon podcast when we can't drink because
tonic.
we're still on work time. This is the gin and tonic beard oil.
Fantastic.
And this will hopefully allow us to be a bit more amusing in how we talk, unlike the usual slurring.
so fresh.
It is fresh. It is fresh. So you guys can support the show by going to the Bearded Chap and using the code.
Impact.
Josh was meant to join in as well, but that's okay. We'll do that one again. You guys can support the show by going to thebeardedchap.com and using the code.
Impact.
There we go. That's it.
It's like a symphony.
Yeah, it was a bit quick.
The symphony might be a little bit.
We're going to try and echo
generous.
next time.
Yeah, you guys need to harmonize. But anyway, you can use the code. Oh, wow, you missed your cue. Wow. All right. Or you can go to thebeardedchap.com/impact. as well. So that'll be support the show and support a shooter who owns a business, and also support what's going on here. And you guys will absolutely love smelling like gin and tonic, or it's many of the other flavors and styles they do. So
That's it.
that'd be good as soon as that roller door is finished. So Sunday morning, what did we do Saturday night? We had dinner at the thing. There was barbecue dinner. That's right.
We did. We had a barbecue dinner.
Oh, and
That was quite good.
well, we actually finished up reasonably early because they try and start real early in Darwin, so you're not shooting the heat. So we went down to the beachfront, the waterfront.
Yes, the waterfront.
And we had we went to the oyster bar and got some oysters, chili and cheese oysters, and gin, of course. And Taylor had some food.
Yep.
And then it was beautiful down there.
Cool. Yeah, it's a really nice vibe down that way.
Very, very good. Anyway, that was Saturday night. We went back and had some whatever it was called.
Just lots of meat.
Just lots of meat.
Just lots of meat. It was very well cooked meat.
Yeah,
It was well,
Yeah,
it was
Not well-
well done.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just
But-
good.
Cooked to
The
perfection.
food was cooked well.
Correct.
to perfection.
All right, send it. So Sunday morning rolls around, and we all go down to the Darwin Rifle Club, which is different to SSAA Darwin.
Yes.
Just down the road, and we got to play on an F-class range.
Wow.
So 1,000 meters,
Yep.
I believe. And it must be because I hit stuff and I was dialed for 1,000 meters. So it must have been. And we had electronic targets.
Yep.
Right. Now, this is something that the Darwin guys do because it gives an opportunity to shoot some extended range, but can't do that on steel. Still, a couple of stages, good fun to do.
Yeah.
So this first stage, send it. Oh no, we all had the ability to do two-siders. So
Yes.
you get the ability to confirm your data and shoot and get two on the target. Once you hit your first one, you only get one more.
Yep.
So I think I shot and made an adjustment, and then I put it through the 5-ring or whatever it's called.
Yep.
5-ring? I don't remember. Whatever it is.
Because I guess this is an important step because some people might not have even shot 1,000
Many
meters before.
had not shot 1,000 meters before.
And you sort of want to know your data's good until you, like before you start punching holes in the electronic target system.
Well, I made some adjustments. I was not off by much, but I was in like the 3-ring or something, and then moved it down from there. And then we had this stage where I think it was the same stage that was run previously, where you shoot 10 rounds and you work on the 3-ring, which is like a meter, 1.1, and then the next ring. So 2 shots that have to go within that, anywhere in that, and then it keeps coming down. And your last 2 shots, which I didn't get to, but your last 2 shots are into a just over 12 centimeter circle at 1,000 meters.
Yeah.
So on this particular stage,
It's got to be pretty on it.
yeah, I believe I had, where is it? I didn't use the actual name. I didn't have a matchbook for this. I had 7 out of 7.
Nice.
7 shots out of 7. So that brought me down to the 5 rings. I think my last shot was what they call super center or
Nice. That's what you want.
machine punches out. Yeah, it's dead center.
It just had a very satisfying thing every time you hit it, where it would say to you, "Super center." Just that little that's
I didn't
right.
hear it that often. I watched Taylor shoot. He hit it quite a bit. So that was good. And then the next stage was more challenging. The next stage you had you only counted the 5 rings. So you were down to a ring that was half a meter.
Yeah, okay.
Half a meter at 1,000 meters.
Yep.
So achievable, well and truly, but tough.
Yeah. Yep.
And you had to load 5 rounds in a magazine, run up to the line, put it in and shoot. And I did not do well here.
No.
I loaded my 5 rounds. And I was sort of had decided in my mind I was going to try and focus on these 5 and do them. And I jammed or double feeded or something like that. And all on me.
Yeah. Yep.
But something happened, and so I pulled my rounds out, and I dropped 1 round, and it somehow went underneath and like basically sat under my bag.
Oh, no.
And so on the clock, I've shot my 4 rounds, and I think 2 of them or 3 of them are scored.
Yeah.
And so then I'm looking for my 4th one, and I've got other people helping me looking for my 5th round, and I'm like, I don't know where this round is. Like,
It's just,
it's disappeared. Anyway, the beep went off, and you got 2 points 2 points, I think it was.
Yep.
2 points out of the 4 shots I took.
Yep.
Pulled my gun up, lifted the bag up. There it was. Like,
Yeah.
spewing.
oh well,
It's where you left
all
it.
right.
Come on.
exactly where I left it. But the score is honestly 2. Wasn't a good score for that stage, but it wasn't actually a bad score
Not
for
bad.
that stage.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
there was not very high scores for that. Speaking of high scores, we then went back to SSAA Darwin.
Yep.
And we shot a stage called Vintage.
Oh, yes.
Now, Vintage is, again, a bit of a classic stage. It's changed all the time, but you've got like the tank traps and you've got the big wooden beams. And it's very...
And Halliwell's box.
In Halliwell's box.
Yes.
You've got Nick's box to sit in the middle. And so you shoot out, it's very run and gun.
Yeah.
Very, very just run up to a position, get down, shoot, and run down range about 25 meters down range and shoot off this thing. And I was very happy with how I did. There was 20 rounds you could shoot. I shot 17. I got 14 from that.
Do I remember correctly, there wasn't much equipment. Like you pretty much just what you've got.
I don't believe you had anything.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
I don't. Well, I mean, it's right in front of me. Sling only.
Sling only. Yeah.
That's it. No bags, no anything.
You can't. Yep.
And I think a few people were a bit surprised that I did all right on this one.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. Not that great. But this and a couple other stages that I did all right on were throwbacks to like old school PRS or PRI stuff.
Yeah,
you know, back in where we didn't have bags at all.
No.
We didn't have anything fancy. We just had, a gun and we just like, oh, there's a target there. Run, get it behind it, bang, shoot.
Just get it done. Yep.
And this was very much within my wheelhouse.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I was very happy with this particular one. I'm sure there'll be a video of the Vintage.
There is definitely there will be a
something
good video of that
coming.
one.
That's definitely, and I had a lot of guys say that was their favourite stage for the weekend.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Very good.
That was good. There was another stage. I know we're running out of time, so there's another stage I want to cover called Tripod King.
Oh yeah.
Now this stage, I'd been told. Now I didn't look at the matchbook for the whole weekend. I didn't read it prior.
Yep.
I just went, you know what? I'm just going to focus on whatever my next stage is, and just be yeah. But I knew there was a tripod stage because Taylor was freaking out about it.
Classic.
And so it's like, all right, there's a tripod stage. Well, I'm just going to resign myself to the fact that I'm not very good shooting off a tripod in terms of I can usually hit a target, but I've never practiced this. I haven't shot off a tripod for quite a long time.
Yep.
So I was just like, it is what it is. And it's a good stage. There was 3 shooting positions. One you had to be standing, one you had to be kneeling, one you had to be sitting. Prone. And so, and there was targets of 476 and 360, both IPSC targets. And you would shoot, so from the standing one, you would shoot the near target with 3 rounds. Kneeling position, you would shoot the far target with 3 rounds. And then at the prone position, you would shoot the far target with 2 rounds and then the near target with 2 rounds.
Okay. Yep.
All right, cool. I'm not going to get through all of that. I'm just going to work on it.
Yep.
I've started there with my fully collapsed tripod.
Yep.
And my rifle. And Butter's like, all right, you ready? Go. And as I've taken a step forward, I flicked the leg out of my tripod and tried to hit him in the balls. And I missed. I hit his leg, which I don't know if it says more about me or him, but whatever. So we ran down to it. And I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy this. And then I've grabbed the tripod, pulled out, locked it back up, pulled it out, locked it back up, done that, gone there, put the gun on and went bang, bang, bang. And went, that was actually really quick.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it. I probably shouldn't have done this on the clock, but I thought about it. I'm like, actually, I set tripods up pretty regularly at work.
Yeah. All the time.
Every couple of days.
You get a knack to it.
Yeah. And I'm like, I might not be able to shoot off these very well, but I can set them up pretty quick, a lot quicker than perhaps I thought I should be able to.
Yep.
So I while I didn't ace this stage, I did get 7 out of 10.
Nice.
No, I take it back. I got 6 out of 8.
Yep. Yeah, that's good.
6 out of 8? Yeah, I got 8 shots off and 6 of them.
Yep. And
they were all just, I was really struggling with Mirage and the wind on this particular stage. And so I'll, wear all of that. But I was very happy with that.
But
I very much surprised. I was in for a 2 or 3.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, I'll still be setting my tripod up while the second beep's going.
Yep.
And so that was a nice surprise. So apparently I'm reasonably quick at a tripod setup.
Yeah,
Just need to learn how to shoot off them.
It was your first time with the ball head, wasn't it, though?
Oh, yeah. What a good segue. Well done, Josh. And if you didn't cough just then, it would have been even better. And
I'm sorry.
You just picked up a new ball head. Here's a little product placement, but, comes in handy. So these are these little – grab it out.
Unboxing. It's a nice cardboard box. I'm going to open the lid now.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got some parts.
They're gone.
Yep.
Yeet.
I've always wanted a bag
Good. Well, that's all.
No.
That's all that's in
So I got the Leo Photo anvil head. Is that what they're called?
MA30
MA ball head.
ball head, inverted ball head.
Is this the right one? Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it is.
Did I get the right thing?
You buy the right thing. when
Sweet
you get
as. So
drunk. That's it. So
Look at it, all new and shiny.
These have been all very popular, and so I was like, I should have grabbed one to go to Darwin. And then 4 of them arrived on Wednesday, just before I left. So I'm like, I'm going to grab one of those.
Perfect.
and
Done.
so I grabbed one. And so these ones, I'd heard all the hype about them, but I hadn't used one.
Yep.
And we'd had a few come through, and they looked all right.
Yep.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll grab one. I'll try one.
Why not?
I'm not shooting off anything else. Like, this was the fact that this was really easy to lock up,
Yes.
which was good.
Yep.
And then this little lever here. And so what I liked about this, I'm going to put it on my tripod here, is that your hand can be still on your gun while you're putting tension on this.
Yep.
The leveling bases, which I did shoot off and still have and used, you had your handle underneath. And so you lock that up and then bring your hand back around to the gun.
Yep.
This negates the need for that. And so I used this for the first time on the stage.
Nice.
Smart. And it did not hinder me at all.
Yeah, nice.
It was
very good.
to be able to do that instinctively I was very happy with. So
Perfect.
well pointed out, Josh. So now you have one.
Yes. Yep.
Now you'll be unstoppable, Andy.
Jeez. Righto.
No pressure.
Don't hold your breath.
No pressure at all.
Yeah.
So there was a couple other good stages. There was one where you were shooting from targets.
Righto.
So you'd have hanging targets or post targets that you would actually shoot off the top of the target.
Oh, righto.
I don't remember how.
Back at a barricade? Or,
Yeah, there was a barricade down range.
Yeah.
With a target next to it. You had to hit the target, not the barricade.
Yeah, I remember walking through the morning and at that section of the range going, if there's targets there, how are they shooting from forward of the line? Like, what? Yeah, it all makes sense once I saw someone shoot it and go, yeah,
righto,
smart.
righto.
And then there was a junkyard stage which had a car and some tyres and stuff, and I
cool.
buggered that up. I really struggled with wind. In fact, as a bit of a summary of my weekend, I ended up on 59% hit rate, which I was happy with.
good,
Not
yeah.
great, but I was happy with.
Yep.
And I ended up 19th overall, but I didn't really chase where I was against others.
Yep.
And so I really sort of focused on what I could do. Mm-hmm. My biggest struggle, the lessons I will take from it, is my equipment was great. The gun shoots amazingly.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been speeding up over the course of the weekend, but not in a way that I'm going to miss targets because of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss targets for a lot of other reasons.
Yep.
I really did struggle with, and generally I was pretty happy with each shot that I broke.
Yeah, okay, nice.
With a handful of exceptions. When I pulled the trigger, I intended to, and I was confident with it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't always hit. Mirage was a challenge, and wind. I used to be a decent wind caller, and now I look at it and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll just hold on the edge of the plate and pull the trigger,
And hope.
and nothing happened.
Yeah. Yep.
What about the other edge? For me to improve, that would probably be the single thing that I could spend time on is wind reading, and wind reading one thing, but application. So knowing that the last time I was decent at wind reading, I was shooting 30 cals.
Yeah, a lot. Yep.
And so, it's a different beast. So that's really where I would need to put my work in.
For sure.
And that might explain a bunch of the shots I missed, but not all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. But that comes down to me. That's
it's just experience and getting out there.
Absolutely. So Butters, well done. Good match. There's one more thing we had to mention. So we went out on the Sunday night eventually after the presentations and doing all the things and that sort of gear, and we found ourselves at a bar, and they did coffee, espresso martinis for $12.
Wow.
Yeah.
We had
Without ground coffee on
they
top.
without ground coffee on them.
They tasted all right to start with.
Yeah.
And then it was found out they were $12 and they tasted even better.
And
Wow.
we had enough that they closed the bar.
Oh dear.
It was a good night in Darwin.
All right, I'll have to prep myself next time.
You will.
Yep.
You will.
You had one more piece of gear that you haven't used yet, though. How was your Burris?
Oh, the
Was your
XTR
first
Pro.
time actually using the XTR
Yeah.
Pro. How did you find it?
Very, very happy with it. But we'll save a in-depth breakdown for another episode because you've got to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
So
out.
guys, thanks
Get
for
out.
watching.
Cool. Have a good one.
Be the chap. Use code.
Impact.
See ya.